Hey guys, I thought I'd show you our two special shelves that we have that have memorials on them. Um, Here we've got these guys you probably don't know. So this is Blueberry. Blueberry was a budgie that was found on the streets back in 2019 who was brought into my wife's clinic and she brought him home, but he'd been starved for too long and his body gave out the night that we took him in. He was the reason that we told our friend, like, if anyone, drops off any budgies they don't want with you who need a home, we'll happily take them. And that's how we got Blizzard and Buttercup and now Clover. This was Floof. Floof had some kind of disease that was shutting down her body bit by bit. God, this was back in 2022 probably. I was babysitting her for a friend who was taking care of her, and he was out of town for a while. And yeah, her body gave out then. And this was Hercules, who was another bird that he was a pigeon that a friend took care of. In both cases, so our friend, we paid for the cremation. Our friend wanted the ashes, and she said we could keep the feathers. And I always wanted to remember him. She's rescued pigeons before, but he was very special to her. He was also terminal. Our friend got the ashes for Floof, by the way. This is Beaker, who I've mentioned before. He was Kalamata's or Kala's second special friend who passed after Freddie. Beaker was with us for about a year. Kala really loved him or her and developed a tumor and passed after that year. This is Freddie here on the left, and then we got Olive on the right. Olive, you guys know Freddie. Freddie was Kalamata's first most special friend who lived with us for 3 months but passed from the carcinogens and the poison he'd ingested. Olive was somebody her and Dill were two pigeons I rescued way back in 2022. No, late 2021. Who I don't think I've posted to you guys about. Olive they were both flightless, and they went to a friend and lived in their aviary. And Olive just passed one day after being with them for a couple of years. We think she was pretty old, most likely. There was nothing really wrong with her. Dill is still alive, though. He's found another mate, and he's pretty happy. We've got Doveling and Buttercup together. Buttercup, you guys know, she was Blizzard's first wife, friend, and she passed last year of a heart attack suddenly at age 6. And Doveling was a little adolescent collar dove I brought home last year who had a fatal wound. I believe I posted about her. And we go up. We've got special little Bun Bun. You guys remember Bun Bun. Most of you do. Some of you might be newer. Bun was a collared dove who had 2 twisted, messed up legs, and her previous caretaker didn't set them at all, so they healed terribly. My wife designed a boot, kind of a disposable boot that we changed out on her one leg that she could kind of hop around on, and it gave her more traction and more of a base. And we knew she was on borrowed time because if those legs ever got really messed up and had to be amputated, they were too close to an air sac for that, so amputation would have been fatal. So her legs got really messed up in, I want to say, late 2023, and we had her humanely put down. This is a paw print, I believe, from, I think, Aura. I've told you guys about Aura. I think it was from when she was a kitten. This isn't a memorial, so it is now, but this is taken when she was just a little kitten. This is Pidgey, the first pigeon we ever rescued, and Deku's first husband. Pidgey's brother was tortured to death by ravens on a rooftop in Pahrump, which is just outside of Vegas, where we lived before. And I went up to the roof and got baby Pidgey out before the ravens zeroed in on him. The parents were totally defenseless, so... this is Cupcake, who I've told you about. Let me miss her. This is Greenie. See, this is why I was upset by... Oh gosh, I need to reattach this. Why I was upset by Penguin's feather display, because they used all of Greenie's different colors, right, and created a very beautiful display for him. Granted, he had more colors than Penguin, but it's just there's more variety to reflect his real color mutation. He was a hybrid green cheek sun conure, and he was Petrie's best friend for a long time. The type of hybrid he was usually develops genetic issues, and in his case he developed a tumor, and he passed April of 2023, so it's been about 2 years. We miss him. This is Pickles. Oh, I didn't realize her footprint had been gnawed on. Actually, no, I think the move did this. I didn't realize. Pickles, I haven't told you guys about Pickles. Pickles still hurts too much to talk about, but I will someday. Cupcake was our first special needs bird, period. Pickles was a neuro-damaged pigeon who really sealed my love for special needs birds. I'll leave it at that, but she's one of our most special memories. Up here we've got Velvet and her lovely red feathers, and then of course the incomparable Penguin. It's hard to see, but they did use some white feathers there, so it's not just like the two there, but still. We have their ashes in a separate shelf. I've got a few here who aren't mine. These two dogs belong to my dad. He loved them a lot, and this is a picture he sent me of them years ago, and they both passed of old age a little while back. I've met both of them. They were good dogs. This is my wife's late aunt's late cat, Monkey. This is the only picture we have of her. Other than that, we mostly have ashes. The ashes and the urns are labeled over here. We've got a very... Yeah, this is Aura. This is Adelie. And then we've got Neville and Hinata's ashes here. I told you guys how Neville was best friends with Aura, but he also had a good dove friend named Hina, who I think I've mentioned somewhat. She was a ringneck that looked a lot like Ginny, and so the three of them always hung out. So, and Adelie was Aura's sister. She was one of the cats that my wife moved out with. So it's good that they're all together. You know, I've got more ashes up here. These are Cupcake's ashes. We have her urn in here and kind of a special little silver display there for her. This section we have just for Pickles. This is a picture we have of her. This is her sleeping, not passed. And this is where her ashes actually are. We got her image burned into a wood urn. And up here we've got Neville's feathers. And we've got Dove Jr.'s feathers. We've got Hina's. I don't know for sure that Dove Jr.'s gone, but I mean, it's been 13 years. Got the statue of Neville, and right here we have a display with Neville and Hina's feathers together because they were good friends. Anyway,